Hey Leo, this is for Leo Divine Masculines. So I'm just going to look into your connection. You could be a sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign, Leo. You could be watching because you're a divine feminine and your divine masculine's a Leo. Whatever the reason, I'm grateful that you're here. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. If you want to see more videos like this from me, if this helped you in any way, make sure that you subscribe, but you hit the bell button, because you could subscribe, but if you don't hit the bell, you won't be notified that these videos are being posted. So, trying to follow all the new rules of YouTube. I don't know, dudes. All right, let's just get into your connection. That's something I can understand a little bit better than YouTube algorithms. So, all right, what is the overall energy of the connection between the... Okay, so we have delight. Okay, delight's a very interesting energy. It's funny, if you ask somebody, you know, what brings them delight, what brings them joy, what does joy actually feel like? Most people have a hard time answering that. So I really feel like... I feel like this is an energy of trying to figure out what brings delight, what brings joy, and you're both experiencing that energy, Leo. Okay. I want to get a card representing kind of where you are at right now, and then a card representing maybe where your partner is at. Lots of throat stuff clearing. Perhaps even what I heard, this is a really weird thing, okay? Digesting your truth. Digesting your truth. Okay. So it's one thing to be aware of it and to eat your truth. It's another to digest it and absorb it. Okay, you're absorbing your truth right now. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, the cards decided they wanted to fall down on the table. And I don't have a whole lot of room right now. Oopsie, look at that. I'm just knocking stuff all over. Good Lord. Things I don't think about when I'm planning my tablescapes. Just a thought. Okay, there were too many cards that fell, and I really just want one to see where... I just want to see one. I want to get one. Okay. So we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles, to me, is often, you know, being left out in the cold, but more so a fear of abandonment or abandoning others. It comes from childhood wounds. So you could be dealing with... You could have been putting your own happiness and what brought you joy on the back burner for other people, for fear of being left out, for fear of being abandoned, for fear of them abandoning, or fear of them feeling abandoned by you. Okay, so that's very interesting. I feel like your divine feminine is kind of in that category. Part of you may have stepped out of their life because you felt they were better off without you. You were sacrificing your own joy and delight of being with them. Okay, that does happen. All right, I want to get a card representing your divine feminine right now. Okay. The Hanged Man. Very interesting. I feel like this is sort of Neptune Pisces energy, so they could have Pisces in their chart. But it's a shift in perspective, seeing things from a different way and really getting to work on that. We have the Eight of Pentacles, so I feel like you guys are really working on a lot of your physical reality. A lot of stuff having to do with the shifting and the changing of things in the physical for you. Perhaps for you, it's about just noticing where things just aren't measuring up or making you feel all that good. And for your divine feminine, I feel it's about understanding how they're manifesting for themselves. What are they manifesting into reality? Okay. All right, I want to see how you are feeling about your divine feminine. How are you feeling about your divine feminine? Oops, look at that. I gotta stop trying. I keep trying to do it in front of the camera, and Spirit is like, no, just shuffle. They hear you shuffling. Don't worry about it. Because what happens? It falls on the floor. Okay. So surrendering to fate is the card. I feel like you're surrendering to your feelings for your divine feminine. You're finally just accepting them, allowing them to be a part of your reality, allowing them to be real, allowing them to be valid. Again, that's that digesting your truth, right? Just understanding the truth of it, but surrendering and not making it mean anything, just accepting it for what it is. Okay, so how is your divine feminine feeling about you, Leo? Okay, so we have light bulb moment. And I feel with the light bulb moment, it's sort of, yeah, look at that, another refinement period. Okay, so we have more Eight of Pentacles energy. You guys are in a state of refining who you are, even in regards to one another. I feel like your divine feminine is just, again, seeing things in a new way, especially on the energetic side of things. And by that I mean recognizing perhaps how their energy towards the connection has been creating stuff between the two of you, or bringing, like, only being able, what I'm hearing is only being able to see the bad stuff, whereas it's shifting to seeing the good stuff, and there being some kind of a balance with that, or recognizing why the bad stuff was so prevalent, because it needed to be brought up in order to be healed, right? All right, I want to see how you're seeing your divine feminine right now. How are you seeing your divine feminine right now? Okay, girl with a snake. Empath and narcissist paradigm. Okay, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. I feel like your divine feminine might be with somebody that isn't for her greatest or his greatest and highest good. There's no gender here, just the dominant feminine energy. So I often will refer to her or she, because I'm tapping into the energetic part of that person. So empath, narcissist paradigm. So it's interesting, because I feel like your person is in perhaps another relationship, but their focus is still on you, Leo. They could be at a place where they're like, well, I need you to make me feel safe so that I can leave this situation, but spirit won't allow that, because they have to realize that they're safe within themselves. But that's kind of where they're at right now. Okay, so let's take a look at how your divine feminine is seeing you right now. Okay, the runner, okay, and camera. So a runner and a codependent, fear of intimacy, listening to ego, right? Running from the connection, because chances are you probably did, and you probably ghosted your divine feminine because of all of these things. It could be that because they were in a relationship, you were like, I don't want to hurt them, I don't want to wreck their life, or whatever. If your divine feminine was also an ego and trying to pretend like everything was great or perfect, right? You may have, even though on a very energetic or subconscious level, you would have known that wasn't true. But and then camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past. Okay, so I feel like that's that light bulb moment and the hanged man energy your divine feminine's in, where they're looking at the past stuff and kind of seeing it through a new lens, seeing that maybe you didn't run from them, but maybe you were giving them the space to figure out their stuff so that you could do it. They could do what they needed to do, and you could do what you needed to do. All right, but I think that's really interesting. I want to see kind of where this connection is shifting into. Okay, what is the energy of this connection shifting into right now? Oh, solitude. Okay, so here's the thing, because I really feel like even though you're in separation and not with one another, you haven't actually been alone. You haven't actually done a lot of solo work, but you're moving into that. You're moving into becoming whole as an individual, and so is your divine feminine. So I feel like that's really the pull of where you guys are going right now. All right, I'm going to pull an advice from the tarot, and then messages from your divine feminine, and then a song that they channeled, that they want me to pull for you, because the song has more messages basically, but in music form. All right, let's get okay, we got 2. So create boundaries, very interesting. So the 7 of Wands asks you to mind the energy that's affecting you, or is recognizing that you are. This card is sometimes about needing to defend yourself and maybe take the high road. You could be getting caught up in low vibe drama or low vibe emotional energy of other people. Create a healthy boundary for yourself so you can feel better while traversing through this terrain. So I create an energetic boundary that only allows love from others in. So I feel it's interesting because I will say this time and time again, if you're a true twin flame, pair, you're going to mirror a lot of things. And while your divine feminine might be in a narcissist empath paradigm relationship, that means that you probably most likely also have a narcissist in your midst. It could be a mother, a father, a friend, somebody who is dragging you into their stuff. So this is just talking about creating those healthy boundaries for yourself, okay? And the advice still goes for your divine feminine if that's who's watching. Okay, so release attachments. So the Four of Pentacles asks you to loosen your grip, or is recognizing that you are. This card comes up when we need to be reminded that we are hanging on too tightly to something out of fear. It can be financial or status related. We are conditioned to survive, so we often find ourselves in a state of scarcity. But what happens is we pinch off what abundance is coming in for us. Sometimes even the very thing we want most in the world is blocked. So I let go of attachments that make me feel less without them. So if there's, and I feel like that's that solitude piece that's coming up. Is there anything in your life that you're attached to that's actually making you feel less than? You know, are you attached to, I feel like there's a little bit of a hero complex here, divine masculine, where you feel like it's your job to save people in your life. And maybe Spirit is saying, you know what, you've done your job, you've done what you needed to do, and it's time to start saving yourself. All right, let's get a couple messages from your divine feminine. Okay, or 3. I'm aligning my head and my heart so I can be clear and heart-centered. That's beautiful, right? Coming out of ego, shifting that perspective. I know that when I heal myself, you heal. Okay, so there's an awareness there. There's an awareness. I feel like your divine feminine has done a lot of work around understanding how the connection works on an energetic level, and that's really beautiful. I'm afraid that if I don't focus on you or give you my attention, you will think I've abandoned you. Look at that. You guys are mirroring. Okay, you think you're both going to abandon, and the only way you can truly abandon your divine counterpart, I'll tell you this right now, is if you abandon yourself first. So as long as you're not abandoning you, as long as you are aligning with your truth and healing yourself and loving yourself, you are never, ever going to abandon your person. That's just not possible. Okay. All right, let's channel a song or get a song from this deck for you from your divine feminine. And again, if this has helped you in any way, please like, share, comment, and or subscribe. It lets me know that this is good stuff for the peoples. Although Spirit doesn't really want me to work that way, but here we are. All right, Stand By You by the Pretenders. Okay, so your divine counterpart knows that even though it's hard sometimes, you love them even when they aren't perfect, that they are never truly alone, and that they always want you with them. So they're standing by. You guys are both standing by each other energetically, even though you're not doing this in the physical together. And they wanted to give you a second song, so Past Lives by Borns. You and your divine counterpart are starting to remember the lives you had together before. It could be through readings or dreams, but there's recognition nonetheless. So that could be that part of that light bulb moment of just knowing that this is greater than the two of you in this singular physical reality you're in right now. So be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing day, Leo.